Okay. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Dr. James.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Very good afternoon. Of course, we hear you always.
Yeah, good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm fine.
It's always a pleasure seeing you after 1 year.
Yeah, every time after 1 year, right.
And I can say all thanks goes to Smart Cyber to connect us always.
Right. Yeah, this is really good, good atmosphere to meet everyone after almost in 1 year. So.
YouTube. Hi.
Is it okay? The voice is clear or? Anything wrong? What happened? Yeah.
Yes, I think you can hear me now.
Yeah. Now it's okay. Yes.
Yes. So I think maybe right now we can start with the closing ceremony for the Smart Cyber 2023. We have here the MC is the Professor Grace. Prof. Grace.
Okay.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues. We are pleased to welcome you again to the third International Conference on Smart Computing and Cybersecurity Day 2. First, the team members engaged in the organization of this event, organizing what is seemingly challenging due to the time we are now. Congratulations all. I believe that all of you enjoyed the presentations during the sections which review the amazing diversity in smart computing and cybersecurity areas. Without taking most of your time, I would like to call on Dr. Basim, the program chair, to introduce our keynote for the day. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues. On behalf of Smart Cyber 2023 committees, I would like to welcome you again for the second day of Smart Cyber 2023. It is an honor to have our keynote speaker for today, Dr. James, who is the CEO of MindChain, South Korea, with a keynote presentation.
Thank you. So can I start right now?
Yes, Professor.
Go share.
Maybe I need to share the presentation. Oh, before that I just shared this one, but suddenly it was not visible right now. So probably. Just give me 1 minute. Actually, it was like just open, but I already opened it, then the presentation, and then suddenly it is not coming out.
No problem. Take your time, Professor. No problem.
Yeah.
So maybe meanwhile, I'm not sure if Professor Mangal, our co-chair for Smart Cyber 2023, Prof. Mangal, if you are online and you would like to say a few words for the closing ceremony, that will be great. I'm not sure if you can hear us.
Yeah, hello.
Oh, yes, Professor.
Oh, hello, everyone. Sorry, I cannot connect with the camera, but
No problem.
okay. I would like to thank everyone, especially our co-chair, as well as all other members of our Smart Cyber. Even though we had very less time, we are able to successfully complete our conference. And I think we should give thanks to. I think our keynote speaker is talking. Let's give him the mic. I think.
Can you please give me the host this thing, because right now I think I'm not able to. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Professor, you're a co-host.
Yeah. Lot of files in the desktop. Okay. So, can you see my the screen right now? Is it visible? Is it my screen is visible right now?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Is it not his screen?
The screen is visible.
It's visible.
Slide is not visible.
Yes.
We can see the file and directory of
You
the.
can see your desktop.
Okay.
Might
Now-
be you use two monitor. That was
You should go to pick the last one.
Two monitors. Is it okay right now? Still not visible?
yeah. Desktop is visible. But
Not yet. Not yet.
presentation is not visible.
Okay.
That one is.
If you are using more than one monitor, then you might
No,
you are
no,
sharing the.
I'm using only one monitor right now. So, but
That
it's just the PPT here. So. Actually, last time I tried, I just given the desktop here. The desktop, I just open the file. Now it's this is the visible here. Oh, the desktop is visible now. If I open the PPT, can you see the PPT is opening? Is it coming? No. Still not visible?
We are still can see your desktop
I think you're not.
files of your
Tell him he's
desktop.
not sharing. He's not sharing.
Yes.
Okay. But I already shared this one, so okay.
Then
Okay, is it visible right now? Okay.
yes, now it's okay.
Okay, sorry for the everything. Okay.
No
So
problem.
actually today I'm because I still working on like for last 7-8 years about AI. So then recently we talk about a lot about like the big AI models and everything. So but nobody actually thinking about the ethics. So I said that okay, this is a really good platform where like we have a researcher, we have the industry people and everyone. So I just want to share my experience and knowledge about the AI ethics and what we should do in the future, because it's going to be a big. Can you hear me? Everything is clear?
Yes.
Okay. So we just want to like share the experience and what we can do actually like about the ethics things, because it's going to be a big thing, it's a problem in the future. So I think we should know like what we should do and what's our responsibility. If you can know before developing an AI model, then it will be much better. Okay. So in the beginning, I just want to say like what is ethics. So all of you know that ethics actually really hard to define, but it's a branch of philosophy where we can say talk about the morality. Okay, so you can say that many people what they say, oh, what is good or right, we just collectively take a decision and then say, oh, this is going to be a ethics. But there's no set of rules for ethics. Actually, you can say that, oh, if you have 1, 2, 3, 4 checklist kind of thing, then you can say that, oh, this is satisfying everything. That means ethically it is correct. No, it's not like that. So it's depend on like what kind of topic we are talking about, what kind of people are there, and then what kind of argument they do. So based on that one, if everyone collectively take a decision, oh, this is the morally we can think that is a good or right, then we take that decision. So that is in general, we talk about ethics. But talk about like the AI ethics, actually, what's the issue right now? If you look at there's an app came called Lensa AI. I think everyone knows that. So last year it became super popular. Actually, everyone want to make their avatar. Everyone want to make, something like out of their digital avatar, but nobody knows like how they developed. So in December 2022, actually, when they released that one, so they take all the pictures in the web, okay, but they didn't ask anybody's consent to take the picture and then make the app. Okay, so it's really powerful application, but all our personal images everywhere what is available in the web, they took it, but they didn't ask any single person actually, oh, we are using your app for developing our application. And the second is, everyone knows that this is called a ChatGPT. Also, they are taking all the text in the web and they developed a big LLM. It's called like large language model. But still, we don't know like what kind of data we are putting. So they just collecting the data and then making their a big AI models, but nobody's responsible what is going on there. So then so let's talk about like how we can like what are the things we need to know like to know like particular about ethics, what we can do. So if you look at like so all are like, we can say that we are the stakeholder, are the researcher or maybe an industry person or government, all are actually we are the stakeholders. So we need to know that, okay, before developing an AI model, it should be safe, it should be secure, or it should be environmental friendly. Okay, so we talk about like how we can avoid something like talk about the ethics. We can say that, okay, we can avoid the bias. We can make sure that, okay, we are like ensuring the privacy of the user, and also we are talking about the environmental risk. So what are the things in detail? I will talk in the next slide. So AI and bias, if you talk about this one, so in 2018, actually Amazon developed one AI recruitment tool. So in that, what happened actually? So they discriminate about the women. So if they saw the resume about a woman, actually they suddenly like they say, oh, disqualified. So it's kind of a bias, okay, bias towards a man, but they do discriminate about the woman. So this kind of AI tool cannot be accepted. So we need to, in the beginning itself, we need to say that, oh, sorry, you can't use this kind of tool. So we need to raise our voice. And then AI and privacy, also like talk about the Lensa AI. We should tell them, the company, no, since you are like taking our pictures everywhere in the internet, whatever we have, like I said, Instagram or Facebook, we need to make sure that, okay, it should be like covering the privacy of the user. And AI and the environment, actually we should make sure that whatever process we are doing, it should not like harm the environment. Let's say for making a big like large language model, actually we are using a powerful computer, and also like we are generating a lot of heat. So we need to take care of that. Oh, how can we balance everything? So these are the challenges right now going on in AI. So we need to take care of all the things. So when we talk about deeply, actually we talk about called the who is going to take the responsibility in the ethics. So there are different type of responsibility. Let's say role responsibility, moral responsibility, or professional responsibility. Then there are two more is called the passive and active responsibility. So these two are like very important right now. I'm going to talk more about that. So if you look at the role responsibility, you can say that, okay, I'm a father, so I have a role of a father, like, what kind of, so one particular role will be given to you, and then you will be taking responsibility of that one. Moral responsibility, actually, you can say that, okay, based on this, like obligations, I'm taking this kind of like the responsibility. And then the third one is professional responsibility, where you can, okay, as a professional, if I'm doing a particular job, I am taking the responsibility of that profession, okay? But the fourth one, talking about the passive and active responsibility, that is coming under the technology responsibility. So we need to know what exactly it is and how can we, avoid any problem actually in the future. So the passive responsibility is something actually we always take care, like when something is happened. So giving an example, like, we say that, the autonomous vehicle have some issues actually, like let's say it hit someone. Let's say, I think 2 years back, it came in Russia somewhere. They hit the person, and then the person actually asked, and the owner was sitting behind. Okay, it's a self-driving car, and then they hit someone, and then he asked that who is responsible. So then the person actually behind sitting, they say, oh, I didn't drive, so I'm not responsible. So who is responsible? So if they ask, oh, Tesla company is responsible, that means Elon Musk is responsible, or the person actually, or the team, the whole actually who developed this, let's say, the object recognition system, they're responsible. So nobody knows, like, who is going to be responsible for this kind of events. So that's why there's two elements that come into picture. One is called accountability. So who is going to be accountable for this kind of issues? Okay. And the second one is who is going to take the blame? Because if blame is given, let's say Tesla company said that we are accountable, but as a company as a whole, but you talk about the who is going to take the blame. So Elon Musk will say, no, I have a like lot of company. I'm not the owner of like only Tesla, so I'm not going to take the blame. So who is going to take the blame? So these two are like most important part of when you're assessing the responsibility. So giving that example, so how can we avoid those kind of issues? So let's say Volvo admits that its self-driving cars are confused by kangaroos. Okay, so that means they already created a object recognition model. So all other animals are coming out, like let's say deer or maybe elk, all are like coming out in front of when the car is coming, they can be able to identify, but the kangaroos, they can't identify. So that means they should make sure that, all the animals has to be covered. Other than that, let's say only, let's say like, few animals are coming and other animals actually, if they don't able to recognize, then they should not release the car or maybe, open to the market. So that is ethically, they should do that, but they are not doing it. So these things are happening like, after the car came out to the market and then bad things happen and then some kangaroos died, then they come out, oh, it has issues with the only the kangaroos that they could not able to identify what is the object. So and then the second thing about the blame ordinance. So who is going to be take the blame? So in that case, actually there are four things coming out. So first one is, the first condition is the wrongdoing. Okay, so wrongdoing is actually what we do. We don't do enough test of the software before open to the market. Let's say the autonomous vehicle actually. So even though in Tesla also there are many issues happen. So but the thing is they didn't test it enough. Okay, they just make something and then open to the market and something bad happened. They say, oh, we should have taking care of this thing. But by the end, many animals are died or like some bad things happen. So but but who is going to take up the blame, actually responsible for that one? The engineer, the team who developed it. The second condition is like the causal contribution. Actually, let's say we did something and because of that something bad happened. Okay, so let's say without, as I told you, like the kangaroo case, actually they did something but they didn't like do it for all the animals. So that means because of some issues, actually again they didn't stop, or maybe the people actually they didn't stop the company to commercialize the vehicle. They should have said that, oh, these kind of things are happening in the in the beginning stage, so we should stop it. We should not make it open to the market, because once it open, actually you can stop it. The third one is the possibility. So the possibility, actually we should know that what kind of issues will come in the future, so that we should prepare in the beginning, or if we properly test it, or maybe do like can make a better object recognition system, I think this kind of problem could be avoided. And then the fourth one is the condition, the condition is the freedom of action. Actually sometime you do, because let's say they can't take the decision by themselves. They're the engineers in the company, and then the company said that no, we need to commercialize the vehicle maybe next month, so you need to quickly finish everything by this month. So somehow they will try to finish, like let's say whatever model they have, they're doing. So they are doing it forcefully. So this is also a part of the so all these conditions are available, like it's there, so that if we manage everything like properly, we can know that who is going to take the blame. So all of the thing, actually we come back, we can say that, yeah, we are the person actually who developing the system are responsible for this kind of issues. And then they're talking about the active responsibility, so which actually we should do from right now, because we now learned like in the beginning, actually, because in the beginning, let's say 5-10 years back, we didn't know many things, what's going to happen in the big AI models, what kind of issues will be created. But now we have already know the everything is that, oh, there are many bad things are coming because of AI. So I think from now on, if we take an active responsibility, then we can make whatever systems we're going to develop using AI, then we can make like protection about the privacy, or about the environment risk, or all this, like the autonomous vehicle, actually this kind of problem, actually we should take care in the beginning itself. So then we can avoid a lot of issues. And then the second one is we call the value sensitive design. So we should know that as an engineer, actually what are the requirements, how can we make the design so that all the moral considerations has to be included in the AI systems. So, and then we talk about the stakeholders in AI ethics, because yeah, we all are the stakeholders right now. Let's say academics, we call the researchers, professors. Like I also be like teaching also in the university. I'm also like like fully responsible. Talking about the government also like to take actions against that. Oh, you should create some AI system, actually should not, making any harm. And let's say, like the people like the United Nations and the World Bank, actually, they are creating some kind of like awareness that, like, oh, you have to be, you have to make some kind of rule so that, we should keep the human rights and dignity intact. And also like the non-profit organization, also they need to be active, more active. And also the big companies like, let's say, Google, Meta, and all the companies, actually also they need to take a big role to show to the people, okay, what we are making, what AI systems we are making, actually it's like, most of the, like, can say, oh, it's ethically correct, we are developing that way. So then the small company, actually they will understand, oh, this is how we should develop the AI system. So all are equally responsible for creating a better ethical system, we can say. So let's say I'm giving an example in Japanese like Society of Artificial Intelligence guidelines. They say, oh, we are not going to create any database where all the information are like identifiable. That means, let's say, like a few years back, actually, when I was working for a medical data. So when I asked, let's say, like we used to buy the data from the India University Hospital. So what they did, like they did some encryption about the name of the person. So they give the data to us. Like we bought around, like, if you say it's a 10 million Korean won, we bought the data from them, but we didn't know who are they. So they just give the the X-ray image to us, but all are like encrypted. So this kind of thing, that means nobody will be in trouble. So that's why they say, oh, we should not create any database. So that means they create a database, actually, even though they sell to many people, but still they don't have any harm, because they are not like giving the identifier, like who is the person and what they're doing. So this is how I think every country, they can create some kind of ethical guideline. I know that like many countries right now, they are doing their own guidelines about the ethics. So if this come out, probably like we should be also like take equal responsible before like making an AI system. Then I think it will be in the future, we should be avoid a lot of big problems. So there's some something like ethics of AI. We talked about like, oh, what will going to be happen in the future, actually. So people like discuss it, like this is a little bit more funnier side, you can say. So people might lose their jobs to automation. We talked a lot about these particular things, but yeah, definitely because of AI, a lot of things become comfortable. A lot of things also like we could able to do it without much cost. But at the same time, also people are thinking like, oh, because of AI, let's say because of the ChatGPT, you can say that the company who are making the documents, they're almost like getting done. Let's say because some of my friends are they are lawyer, but nobody's asking right now, because they ask the ChatGPT and everything is now like clearly written in the ChatGPT. Or maybe like let's say someone is like apply for the higher university for different universities. They're also writing their all the statements of purpose using ChatGPT, which is much better right now. And then that people might lose their sense of being unique. That's true, because right now, if you look at that one, people are very creative. But right now, I saw that many like many videos, actually, many people right now, they don't want to design anything. Let's say they want to create they're an artist, but they want to go to like there's a software called Midjourney. They can create any background, like any kind of background by using this. So the artistness of that uniqueness is already gone. So they just type it. Okay, I want a scene particular. There'll be an empire, there'll be a king and queen. Just show a background. So it shows a really beautiful one. But if they want to make it, it takes like 1 or 2 days for them to think a lot. So all the creativity is going to lose in the future. And then yeah, so some of their privacy rights, I can say that because your smartphone is always connected, so you know that everything they're tracking, what you are doing actually. So you're sleeping right now, whatever this the Facebook, Instagram, everything is all they are like tracking your personal informations. And then as I told you, like the loss of accountability, as I talk about the autonomous car or maybe any internet agents. So they are, because of that, we don't know who is accountable for the issue, like blame kind of thing. And then talk about the AI might mean the end of the human race. So we are thinking like, that some robots will be created and then they will be able to control the whole, the whole world actually. So, and then who is going to take the robot rights? So these are some funny things actually. There may be, the example is robbing a bank. So what if a robot robs a bank? So who is going to take the blame for this kind of issues? So all these, we just talk about, it's just like my understanding, and then also like want to share about this ethics, so that if from now on, like whenever we want to make something, if we build a so for maybe ethically good system, probably in the future, actually, we can avoid big issues. So that's all about my presentation. Any questions you have, then, I'm always welcome for that one.
Thank you, Dr. James, for such wonderful and insightful talk. Now, anyone has any question, please feel free to ask.
Online questions? Any online questions or?
From the online participant, any question? Can you open the
Open online.
participant?
There's participants.
Mhm.
Yeah, there is. Okay, so since there is
Yeah,
no
that-
question,
that one.
Oh, there's a question. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe in the chatting, maybe. Let me check.
chat, there is no questions yet.
No question.
Maybe-
Yeah.
I have question.
We have here a question from our
Okay.
side, the Prof. Grace.
Yeah, is it doctor?
Ms. Doctor.
Dr. James, I'm really glad to hear all this because I'm concerned about law and order.
Okay.
Most of the time, for a good society to function well, there should be laws and orders. Just like you mentioned the ethics.
Yes.
So, and you talked about the animal, right? Like if like driving cars
Right.
cannot predict something, they cannot predict all animals, right? For
Right.
now.
Yeah.
So what do you like? What is your own suggestion to, to deal with this issue currently? Because it's going to take time. So animals are so many in the world. So how many animals are they going to try to maybe train the data and also test the data? It's going to take a long time. So how do you think they can do it sharply? Or do you consider maybe just the ones that runs on the road? Because I think fishes are not among these animals we are talking about. So what is your own idea about how to deal with this challenge?
I think in my idea, actually, you can make a model and then, make the business. I know that, but we should also think about because I think maybe 5-10 years back, it was really difficult to make some model actually without taking all the pictures or maybe, but right now looking at our, the capacity building and big computers and also the OpenAI kind of thing, we can make a really good model. So we can consider all the images actually. So we will what we can do is we will try our best to take as much as possible because the kangaroo images are available. It's not like that. Let's say some animals actually coming this very rare, not available. Maybe suddenly, 1 or 2 animals just come out and we don't know who, what it looks is fine. But the animals already available, a lot, and then, so those kind of images are available. So we will try our best to, make a really good model, ethically good model. But maybe let's say, if we can make at least cover 95%, then 5%, chance is still okay. But let's say kangaroo kind of thing is still available, those kind of images are available, but they still didn't take care of that one. Okay. But if really something come out, we can't do anything. And also let's say Lensa AI actually they are taking all our personal images, but nobody care about that. Oh, but they are using our images for making money, so they can take all our images from Instagram and everything what we are putting. So somebody's picture maybe is private, but nobody thinking about we should stop it. No, we should not. Did you ask me to get the data? Let's say the medical data also. If somebody's name the X-ray image of that one will come out publicly, and then they know that okay, this is the X-ray picture of Dr. James. So let's say someone can play with that that X-ray and then can blackmail him and then say, oh, because I know your medical condition, you need to pay me this much money, otherwise I will make something happen, something bad about this kind of thing. So that's why I see the India University, they did a really good job. They encrypted everything, all the things, personal things that they deleted, they just give only the image. So so that means they are ethically correct. But some people actually I just saw that, everything come out, all the name, I just bring one more small hospital, but there I find that all the informations are there, in that. Although we didn't do anything bad, but I'm talking about anybody can do anything bad. So we should try our best. Every person has to be responsible. It's not like me. You also be equally responsible. When you develop something, you should teach your colleagues or students or everyone that, oh, let's make a good system. So in that way, slowly, we can make it like, more ethical. So that's my suggestion. Yeah.
I totally agree with you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
So from my side, I have maybe you might agree that maybe the main challenge for the AI nowadays is maybe the tools of AI are not transparent enough in terms of not being intangible for us as a human.
Yeah.
So what do you think about it? Isn't it the most challenging thing?
Yeah, that's why like the transparent thing is also one of the part. That's why you can say that now the explainable AI is coming into picture right now, because we now like any deep learning model, we say like there's only input and then we can see the output, but we don't know like how the output comes to picture, right? So that's why you look at like many like the scientists or like medical people, actually they love decision tree. Why? Because in the decision tree actually they can see, oh, these are the like from the starting to the end, they can able to say that before taking any decision they can able to do it. But all the deep learning model actually in the healthcare right now, if you see, it's giving a very good result. Like it's also helping like people to get quickly all the things, but still there's many things we don't know like how it is doing. So if you look at it, there's I can giving a one like example of a company here in Korea is already now doing really well. So they for developing one system like they can identify 14 different diseases based on your X-ray. So you can imagine that they took 8 years for developing that particular product. Right now it's available on like really available all over the world. So 8 years. How they did it? They took 2.3 millions of image, and each image also they identify locally. Oh, this is the area if you have, then you have pneumonia. This is the area if something, then you have the this kind of disease. So they did it in a really well in that manner. That's why although it takes 8 years, but once it come out, it become almost perfect. So this is kind of like, so they take the responsibility like by 8 years to make that one, because they struggle a lot for getting that one. But other people, what we like an example I can give you also, like I have a patent on X-ray based COVID prediction in 2020. I did it and then it came out. So but there only few images are available, and then if I say, if I'm greedy and then open to that in a market, then I'm not doing ethically correct, because it's not a good product actually what I'm doing. So what we did is actually we didn't open it to the market. Okay, we just keep it inside until it is worth to go to the market. We will not able to release it. So that is that you can say that like ethical or transparent. So transparent is should be we like, although it's not possible in terms of AI model wise, but from our side also we can we can try to make it like more yeah, like what we're doing actually we can take a responsibility for that one.
That's
Thank you.
so.
Any other question?
Any other question?
No. All right. Thank you, Dr. James.
Thank you.
Please
Thank
give
you so
him a
much.
big applause. I'd like to thank you, to thank all of the paper's authors for their participation in this conference. They have had a great efforts and have participated actively. I'd like to also to take this opportunity to invite you all to join the 4th edition Smart Cyber 2024. We are looking for your contributions. Now, let me call Prof. Absi, the General Chair of Smart Cyber 2024, to launch the Smart Cyber 2024 website.
In fact, before that, I would like to give the closing remarks that for this Smart Cyber 2023, we received a lot of effort for a lot of papers, a lot of feedback. So before closing this, on behalf of my colleagues, I would like to thank all of you, authors, presenters, keynote speakers, and for today, of course, Dr. James, who is a very close friend, and appreciate his whole effort for this beautiful presentation.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
And of course, this conference wouldn't be successful with all the effort that all of the people have done. So during the last 2 days, in fact, we have a lot of in-depth discussion, communication, sharing ideas with the authors, researchers, policymakers, and it was, in fact, a lot of things that we realized we can do much better for the coming conference. So I hope that we learn all new ideas from each other and we can adapt further improvement for the important ideas, especially in terms of the up-to-date technologies and call tracks for the conference. I would like also to thank all the organizing committee for this event, who without their effort, their program, this will not be as successful. I'd like also to thank all the, the researchers and of course the presenters and the online participants who asked questions.
Stop the screen sharing.
So I invite, that's why all my, I'm not sure if my co-authors are there, but my co-general chairs, Prof. Mangal, Prof. Patnaik, I appreciate all the support. Ladies and gentlemen, with this, I declare the closing ceremony of the Smart Cyber 2023. Thank you all. And with this now, we declare the call for the next year conference, which is the Smart Cyber 2024, which will be next year. Program details will be in May 15 to May 16. So I'll be sharing here this is the website and this is the call. We look forward to see you next year in KDU Global Campus. Hopefully next time will be an offline presentations will be there. So the most important dates will be that the last day for submission will be March 15, 2024. The notification of acceptance will be on March 31st, 2024. Registration will be April 12, but the conference dates will be for 2 days in May 15 and on May 16, 2024. So thank you for all the support. And with this, we wish you all the best and we look forward to see you next year. So thank you.
Thank you.